Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another solo board game playthrough. Today we're going to be playing a playthrough of Life of the Amazonia. This is a bag building sort of tile placement game. So we're going to be building out, it's a little bit like Cascadia where we build out terrain and place animals on things, but it's a little more involved. So the main kind of thing here is bag building. And similar to Cascadia, there is a scenario-based solo mode. So the back of the book has, I believe, 9 or 8 scenarios. Let me get there. 9 scenarios. And the first mission is kind of a basic one where you just try to, you don't have any extra things, and you try to get either 70, 100, or 140 points, depending on bronze, silver, or gold. So we're going to skip that one because there are plenty of solo playthroughs online that have that. So we're actually going to be doing Tiny Friends. It's mission number 2. It's the second scenario. And actually, before we do that, I need to shuffle these up and draw 2 cards and choose from one. But Tiny Friends says the area you will venture into today is an area with rich insect population in the Amazon rainforest. Create the richest jungle based on the abundant insect resources. So after we start the game, but before we make our first turn, we're going to draw 3 insect cards, pick one of them, and then discard the rest, and then repeat that process 3 times to have a total, 3 more times to have a full total of 4 insect cards. And as an additional rule, once on our turn, we can use one of those insect cards at no cost. Normally, the insect cards cost water, and they're kind of a one-off effect. But we'll get into that in a minute. So let's choose our animal. These are our starting tokens. We get 3 1 monies, 2 2 monies, 2 1 leaves, 2 1 waters, and 1 2 fruit. And like any kind of bag building or deck building game, we'll be able to use those resources to get the animals or buy more things. And I'll show you guys off to the side here real quick. These trays here contain all the extra tokens. There are prices for all of them, if I can show you there. So those are the prices for the extra money and the leaves. And then here are the prices for the water and the fruit. I will be grabbing this stuff off camera just because it takes up a lot of space. Okay, so we have the Hotzen and we have the Fruit Bat. The Fruit Bat's from the little mini expansion. So let's see, must be placed adjacent to a tree or one of these, what are they called? Aquatic flowers, and then it reduces the cost of trees and aquatic flowers. So that could be a good thing to kind of lean into for this thing for the macaw for scoring, or maybe even the toucan or the woodpecker, because those things kind of want that. So that could be something we want to lean into. The Fruit Bat must be adjacent to a bird, so I have to have one of these 3 out in order to place the Fruit Bat. When a what is this? When a tile is collected from the same terrain as a Fruit Bat, gain a thing. So when we get, I believe when we get these, what is that symbol? I guess let me double check that symbol. The Fruit Bat can place on adjacent hex. If the Fruit Bat is placed on a river hex, as shown in the example, the player will receive a seed each time a placement. A placement bonus. So anytime we collect one of these on the same terrain as a Fruit Bat, we gain a seed. Seeds are wild resources. I kind of like the idea of this guy. It's a little easier probably to work with, and we'll be able to really lean into some of these other strategies here. So let me find the meeple for that. All right, here we go. So, again, we'll finish setup here. This is our starting tile. Our bag here. We're going to draw 3 insects from here. Any that are 6 or more, or 5 or more, we're going to discard. Let's take this Morpho. Discard those. And again, normally these are things that would just be one-offs we pay water for, but in this case we have a couple extra things. This lets us just place a aquatic plant, which I like that just for that. So discard those. 2 seeds could be good. Reduce the cost of an animal. Ooh, these are all actually pretty interesting. I might actually want this. Reduce the cost of 1 terrain tile this turn by 3 leaves. I think I'm going to take that one. All right. Oh, there's another one of those. Darn it. Okay. Collect up to 2 unoccupied abilities. I think I'm going to take another one of these. Okay, so that's what we'll take. So we're going to set these off to the side here. These are things that we can use anytime on our turn. Again, this is specific to the scenario. So the way the game works is we're going to draw on our turn 5 tokens here from our bag, and we can do a variety of things. We have 8 different actions. So first we can spend the money to purchase any tokens. And I showed you guys the tray. That would get us more tokens. This is our discard pile. It's a little boat, so we can put everything back in the bag. So we put them in there, and anything we bought that's turned into that pile. We can place a terrain tile. So up here are these tracks. I'm the blue player. The AI is going to be the yellow player. And those tracks allow us to tell us the cost for the thing we want to do. So we can spend a leaf for a terrain tile, but when we spend that leaf, the next terrain tile is going to cost us 2 leaves, and then eventually 3 leaves, and so on. It's going to cost us 1 leaf for a tree, 2 leaves, 3 leaves, so on. And then here it's going to cost us 1 water, 2 water, 3 water, so on for the aquatic plants. We can place an animal, so we could meet the requirements down here of one of the animals, and then there are certain terrain that they can land on. The top are all those small animals. They take up 1 hex, where the bottom take up 2 hexes. Here goes to show you how they score at the end of the game. The top here is what terrain they can be on, so marsh or the river. And then this is the cost, so it'd be 2 fruit and 1 water. You can see there's a variety of different combinations on how to get them. The bigger animals require more resources, of course. So placing a tree kind of falls in line with these trees have to be placed on those tiles, and then the aquatic plants have to be placed in water. We can purchase a nature card, so using water we can buy one of these insect cards or a scenery card. Like I said, insect cards are one-off effects. We get those immediately. The cost in water is down below. And then the effects here or the scenery cards are end-game scoring. We can hold up to 4 of them for the end of the game. And they cost water there as well. We can expand our storage. So first it's going to cost us 2 water. And then we can hold 1 additional we can hold 1 token at the end of the round. But we can expand it up to 2 tokens and 3 tokens, as well as discard or remove tokens out of the game. And then we can purchase a bonus. So these are the bonuses here. So you can spend a 4 to what is that? Relocate. So you can move an animal from somewhere in your habitat to another spot. You can remove a token. You can buy one of these little terrain tiles that can be kind of filled in places to replace terrain, and you can spend 3 leaves for a seed. Again, seeds are wilds. So with all that being said, let's hop into it, and then I'll get into how the AI works, but I'm going to put this out of the way. Here are 4 cards, and this is our starting hand. Okay, so I definitely want to get another terrain tile, so we're going to spend this to go there, and we're going to take one of these on the offer. I'm going to really try to lean into this because the cost is reduced by 1 for this. So I think what I want to do is look for placing out the toucans, which they can go anywhere, but these guys. So I need marsh, and I need, well, I guess I want everything, don't I? We'll take this tile. No. We'll take this tile. No. Yes. We'll take this tile. So when you place the tiles, they have to be touching like this. You can't have them like this or so on. So I think we're going to go like that. We'll connect those like so. That was my first action. Again, we're going to do this until our turn is over. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spend this here, and I can place a flower, but I don't affect the flower track, which means it doesn't go up. But I can place a flower. Place that flower here to get myself a seed. Yeah. Oh, and I actually start the game with a seed, so I get 2 seeds. These are held between each round. Then this can be placed out for free. Must be adjacent to a flower or a... it has to be on... Oh, hold on. Actually, this has to be placed here. So in doing so, I'll get rid of that. Because this needs to be placed out, and place this on a leaf or a grassy area and any area. So we're going to place that here. Is this the right bird? I think it is. Yeah, it takes up 2 spaces. I covered up this location, so I'm going to be able to draw a tile from a token from my bag. Okay, and then so once per turn, I can reduce the cost of one of those things, and so we're going to reduce the cost and get another one of these tiles here, and that's going to go there, and then I'll get my seed for that. So that takes care of that. We'll spend our 2. Oh, hold on, let me think about this for a second. Let's spend our 3 for... We'll spend our 3 here for a 2 leaf token, because that cost us 3. Then we're going to spend 2 water to increase our storage. This lets us get rid of one of our tokens by crossing that, and then we can carry 2 things over between rounds. And then finally, I think I'm going to end my turn, and I'm going to keep that, and I've got my 2 seeds. Again, we get to keep them between rounds. So we're going to draw our 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Our bag is empty, so we take our discard pile, put it back in our bag, and draw up. And that is a turn. So then on the AI's turn, all we do is move this across. Every time we hit one of these comets, we're going to pull from their bag. Now, you're supposed to use one of the bags from the game, but I have the starter tokens in all the bags. So I have another bag here of their tokens, and I'll explain how that works when we land on that. But it's our turn now. So pretty easy, pretty straightforward. So what do we want to do now? I think I want to buy some more stuff. So I think I'm going to spend 2 of my money for a 2, and then another 2 of my money for another 2. Then we need to get some trees out. So let's use our ability to get a tree out. We'll slide that over, place a tree here. That's going to let us draw a token from our bag. And again, it's for free. Or it's reduced by 1, so when it only costs 1, it's basically free. We'll spend 2 to get another terrain tile. And I want to figure a way to connect these. Like that, maybe. Okay. So we've done that. And then we move up on this track. We're going to spend... we are going to spend a fruit, or a seed as a fruit. This is 2 fruits, so 3 fruit total, and a leaf, or a thing for a woodpecker. We're going to place that woodpecker right there. So these will score at the end of the game. So each grouping of trees and woodpecker scores based on the shape. And then it can be any combination so long as the woodpeckers are greater than or equal to the number of trees for that grouping. So I want to make that shape. So I need to get another woodpecker here and here, or get another thing here to get a tree and a woodpecker built out for that shape. And I've got a water token that I'm not going to use. I'm just going to end my turn. Or I could do this, I guess. But we'll wait. So we're going to do the AI's turn. The AI is going to pull this over. So we're going to take from their bag a tile. Their tile does 2 things. The first thing it does is it can remove a card from here. So it's going to remove this card. And it's also going to move up on the track. At the end of the game, these are the points we score on the track. You subtract out what the AI gets. So right now for the water bottom track, we would net that to 0 because I have 1 and the AI has 1. So they move up on that track. We'll replace this. Next, they'll take away a caiman. So they're taking animals away, so we don't have them as an option. And then we'll set that aside. And then whenever they would have 3 tokens sitting out, we'll throw them back in the bag and restart that. So, okay, well, let's go ahead and draw, which I forgot to do last time. There's 2. Oops. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is what we're working with here. We're going to spend 2 for another terrain tile because I'm going to try to build this out to accommodate all this stuff. So we want to do like that maybe. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Then I want to build something here if I can. So we'll move that over. We'll refill. We've got 5 money, so let's spend that 5 money for a 3 money token. And then I've got 2 water. Do we want a card? Let's activate Morpho. So we'll get a seed, and we'll get to draw a tile from our bag. Okay. That gets discarded. All right. I failed to mention too that at any point you can combine 2 resources to be 1 of any other resource, so you can make 2 a wild. I think I'm going to spend the 2 water to go on this track to get another one of these. Place that there and get another tile drawn out. And do I want to hold on to this? I think I do. I'm going to hold these two, and I'm going to end my turn. So we'll draw. There's that. I need to get some more fruit, so hopefully that's something we can do on our next turn. Okay. We'll move the comet, and when we get to the end here, the game is over. So we got a fixed number of turns that we can use. Okay. Let's do this. Let's spend this. We'll spend these on another 3 token. We are going to spend this and use our ability for a tree. That gets us, because it's going to cost us 1 now, and then we're going to get us another seed. The tree we're going to place that tree out there. And we'll place it there. And then we're going to use the fruit. Oh. Is that what I want to do? We're going to spend a fruit and this. We're going to spend this as a fruit and this as a leaf, and that 2 fruit there to get another woodpecker. To place that there. That's going to let us remove a tile from our discard pile. We're going to get rid of that one. I'm going to discard this little guy here to get another one of the deals here. So I could take one of these. I need to extend this out if I can, like that. No, not that. Like that. And then we could discard any 2 things and replace them in this area. I think I'm going to discard. This is score for birds, and I'm trying to get a bunch of birds between the toucans, the woodpeckers, and the macaws. So maybe I'm going to keep that one. The river tile one, we'll discard this one. Score on the number of habitats with 4 hexes or larger. So that's all connected. There's a maybe we'll discard these 2 and maybe try for something a little bit better. Okay, that's our turn. We're gonna draw up. There's 5. Okay, the comet's gonna go. I think that's the name of the AI. They're gonna remove a jaguar, and we're gonna flip this over. They're gonna also go up on the tree track, which, yeah, I'm good there. And then we can also discard some things. I'm gonna discard this and discard that. Okay. All right, Argo. So the macaw wants a straight line of 5 with itself and plants. And so if I get one placed here, because it needs to be on at least a forest tile, we can get the 5, and that's going to be 10 points for that. So that's what I'm kind of aiming for right now. We do have a decent amount of money. So let's use, we have 7 money here. We're going to get a 3 fruit. We've got, let's spend this. Do I want to try to do another tree thing? Maybe we do. We want to try to do another tree situation. We'll spend 2 here for a tree. Place that there to get another seed. These are also worth 1 point in the game if we don't use them. I think we can only have 4 seeds at a time. Let's use our ability to spend 1 of these for another water, and we'll move this over. We'll place that here, and we'll discard a token from the game. Let's get rid of this water token there. I'm going to keep those 2, and then we're going to call it for our turn. Or do I want to use this? Maybe I'll save that, and we'll use that. We'll move that down. Let's draw our... Oh, we're empty. Oh, I have no water tokens, so I need to start buying some. I got rid of the only one of the only 2 I had. We've got a ton of money, so we should be good. Okay. So, since we have a bunch of money, we have 3, 4, 5. Let's see. We'll spend 6 here to take a 3 water. I'm not like super in love with some of my stuff here. We'll use this 3 for another leaf. We'll place this out for... No, I'll save. I kind of want to save this. Maybe I can get another macaw up here. Okay, we're going to use one of these as a money, and we're going to spend this other money to get a 2 money. And then we're going to call it on our turn there. So let's draw up. There's 4, 5. Okay. We're going to take a tile from the bag. So we're going to get rid of 2 of the tamarins. Thankfully, that's not something I'm super concerned with right now. They're going to go up on the tree track, and they're going to remove the second card, which is the one that I kind of wanted. But that's okay. Okay. So let's get some more animals in play. I want the macaw. So we're going to spend this as a fruit, as well as the 2 here and the rest of this to get a macaw and place that macaw here. It lets us get one of the little terrain tiles here, and we can either place it out anywhere, hooking it up to something else, or we can put it over something. And I think I might... Maybe I'll put this like here. No. Let's put this here. Okay. Then we have this. We'll spend these 2 as a money, and we have 1 money, 2, 3 money, 6 money to get another water, and we'll call it there. So that goes into here. Yeah, okay. This moves over. Okay. Oops. All right. We have a few different options here. I think we're going to spend this to move up on this track. That's going to get us another plant. That'll go there. And then we get to draw another tile from our bag. We have 3. I guess I'm going to spend 1 in this for another woodpecker to go here. We're going to spend our 4 for 3 for this to place out one of these. That's going to give us, I think, maybe this tile here. Or we want this. Then I've got a 2 money that I think I'm going to hold on to for right now. Yeah, okay. Oh dear. Okay, so now that we have 3 tokens, we're going to shuffle them back into the bag. And then draw now. 2 tamarins gone. And then they're going to go up on the tree track, and they're going to remove the second scoring card, which is fine. That slides. Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay. Ooh, I definitely want that one because that's a ton of points for different flowers. So I definitely want to try to get that one if I can. Okay, we have just a ton of money. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 money. Let's spend... I think I have too much money, honestly. We're going to spend 5 of the money to get rid of this token from our bag using that ability. We have 4. We'll use the 7 to get a 3 fruit tile. Okay, that moves down. All right. Okay. I think I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to grab this before the AI does. Well, do I worry about them taking that? Let's spend this to move on this track. Let's get another one of these here. We could do this. Let's spend this as a fruit. These two as a fruit. There's 3 fruit and a water. We're going to take a frog. We're going to place that frog here. And we get to remove another tile from our bag. And we'll remove the 2. Okay, I just feel like I have way too much money. And that's all our tiles. Okay. All right, let's go here. We'll draw another token. It's going to be a toucan. They're going to go up on this track and remove this card. Okay, we've got a couple more things we can do this turn. So I think we're going to use our ability and spend this to go up on this track for another tree. We'll place that tree here. Let's use this to get this bird and go there. That's going to let us maybe take some stuff. Let's remove this one. Oh, I didn't refill this. And this one. And then we'll hold on to both of those. We'll end our go. We'll move this down. They're going to take another tile. Let's draw our hand out. Okay. They're going to take an otter. They're going to go up on that track. And they're going to let us remove stuff, but I'm not going to remove anything. It's optional, so I'm not going to remove anything. I need to get a forest thing over here and get that macaw out. So let's use this and spend this to get another one of these tiles out, and I need to make it so that it's a forest one here, like that. We'll go up on that track. It lets us place out another one of these tiles here, just for the sake of potentially connecting something. We'll do that. Okay. Then, again, we have a ton of money. Let's spend the 4 to move up on this track. That way we can hold back more things and we can use it to remove that. And then I will spend the 3 for a 2 water token and end my go, and we get to hold all those back. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go here. Sorry, I was counting that. This is going to get done up. They're going to remove 2 of these. So these are just gone from the game. These are done. And then this gets removed, which is okay. And they go up on the tree track, which is a bummer because I need to get up on that track. So now no more of those can be scored. So we're only going to be able to do a total of 18 points, which is actually pretty good. It's fine. So, all right. I need more grass or more forest stuff. So we need to probably buy some this turn. So oh yeah, this moved up. No, yeah, I'm right there. That's fine. I can't get the macaw. We could get a caiman. So the caiman will give us points based on the shape of adjacent animals. So we'd have to get it like here, and that could get us like 1, 2. We get an animal here. That would work. Maybe get a tamarin for over there. That could be a possibility. That'll score us 10 points if we make that shape, so we could do that. I want some toucans, so maybe we grab a toucan. Let's do that. We'll spend this to get a toucan. The toucan scores, if we place it adjacent to something, we'll get some extra stuff. So we're going to place it actually here, and then if we get the caiman, we can put that. No, I need to put it in a water tile, so it's not going to be able to go there. The caiman won't be able to go there. We can place this, but I am going to place this here. Oh, no. Well, yeah. Caiman can't go there. We are going to place this here, though. And because we placed it next to a tree tile, we get to draw a card, or get a seed. And then since we place it next to a lily water thingy, we get to get a card or a thing out of our deck. Not our deck, our bag. Wrong kind of game. Not a deck builder. Okay. So we got that guy. That's nice. I think we need to... We have 2, 4, 6, 8. I think I need, like, water, don't I? I don't remember what I have. 3. Let's spend this. So it's going to be 9 for one of these. And we're going to hold those 2 back. Okay, slide that over. Okay, a little bit more diversity here in what we can get. Oh, I probably needed one of these. I probably needed a fruit instead, so that's okay. I need to get a frog here, so maybe we'll pull a frog. Put that frog here, so that's going to be 9 points for making that shape. If I get a tile here, I can put a frog here and a frog here to do that. I really want to get another toucan, so I'm probably going to hold back at least one of these. We can use our ability to spend only 2 for a tree. And I'll get that tree. I'll place that tree here to get us another seed. And then we move on that track, getting us another seed. So that's 3 seeds. And then with our 5 money, let's get ourselves a 2 fruit. We'll draw up. Okay. I need to look for some of these endgame scoring tiles too. So I need to start working on... Oh! I can't put that there. I'm going to put that there instead. Because I need to put the macaw there. Yeah, okay. Oops. I need to put the macaw there. Okay. All right, let's take this. They're going to take a jaguar. And they're going to let us refresh. I think I'm going to refresh these 2. And they're going to move up on the tree track. Now, the first player to get on the tree track gets a deal, gets a seed. I don't get the seed because they're not going to take it, but I won't get the seed because he's taking it. All right, we're going to get that macaw. So it's going to be 3 and 2. We're going to place that macaw here. Now I'll get that and draw a token out of my bag. Okay. So that was a goof up on my part. We'll spend 3 to get another one of these. And place that. That gets us another seed, and that gives us that we can place out somewhere on the board. And actually, instead of placing it next to something, we're going to place it on something. So how do I set this up to get this caiman to give me the most amount of points? If I place it there, I need to make this shape. So I'm going to place this as if it's water, like this. That caiman needs some more fruit. So actually what we're going to do is spend these all as fruit. Wait, is that what I want to do? No, I'm going to spend 2 of these as fruit, or 2 of these as water to get this Flora card. So we're going to score 8 points. We'll score 4 points, or 5 points for 4 of these, 6 points for 7 of these, and 9 points for 8 or more. So we just need 1 more to score that. And then, and we could take a frog. I think we'll just call it there. I think that's a good spot to call it. Okay. Now let's refresh this. Ooh. Try to get some more toucans maybe. Okay, 2 frogs are gone. They're going to take this card and they're going to move up on this track. All right. I'd like this if I could get it, which we might be able to. But I also want to try to get a toucan. Let's spend the 5 here to take one of these. No, I need to do... Maybe we don't want to do that. Maybe we'll think about that for a second. If I get the otter, I can get a ton of points for having a bunch of stuff with the same kind of life, which could be good. But I do want to get a toucan out, but I don't have enough for a toucan. I kind of do. I'm going to spend these as a fruit, these two as fruit, and there's my 3 fruit. For the 5 fruit and 2 water for the toucan, we'll place that toucan there. It's going to, again, get us a fruit back and a token from our bag. I want to get that cave in. Let's spend these and this as 7, and we'll get this. Then yeah, I'll spend this for this. I'll go up on that track. So we'll spend that. We'll take one of these, and I think I'm gonna take this one. Trying to think of how to make this work. Where do I place it here? I need something to go here. No, we'll place it here. No, that's not going to work either. Well, shoot. Yeah, I kind of messed myself up with that tile, so maybe we won't do that. We could just take a tree, but I have nowhere where to place it, and it'd just be more so to match up on points for that. So we'll just hold this, and we won't do any more. Okay, so we'll draw up. There is 3 there. Draw 2 more. Boom. Okay, move this down. Okay. So we have a lot of options here. Okay, so we haven't really had to consider it because we haven't had the resources, but the giant otter will score us 1 point per each life placed in its habitat. If we can get it on this habitat, that's a ton of points because it's all the life is all the animals and the trees. But it has to be on 2 equal types of terrain. So I have to place this. I'm gonna have to place one of these out to get it, which I can afford to. So let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna get these 2 to take this tile, place it here. We'll move up on that track. I can do something with some of these things, but I don't think I am. Then we're going to spend the 8 plus the 2 for the otter. The otter is going to go here, so it's going to score us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points so far, which is pretty good, I think. And then we've got 2 money left. That I think I'm going to hold on to for right now. So we're going to end our go. Okay, so she is going to dump these back in. Draw out. So this is now removed from the game because they're gone, so we'll draw a new token instead. This is going to be an otter, so the otter is removed from the game. And then they're going to go up on this track, and they would replace any of these, but we're not going to worry about that. All right, I gotta go another one of these out for my scoring here, and I'd like to get another thing to score here. So we're gonna spend this and use our ability to move up on this track. That's gonna get us another one of these that I guess I could use to clear out something. And we can draw a token. I've got 2 turns after this, so I've got to figure out the best way to make the most of it. I want to try to get that caiman if I can. Okay, I've got the food for it almost, so I need the water for it, which I guess I could sort of produce, but I just have a ton of money. So I can't really get a toucan. So I'm going to score 9 points for this. I'm going to score 9 points for that, or 10 points for that, 10 points for that. I'm going to score 8 points for the two of them. I'm going to score 2 sets of 9, and I'm going to score like 9 points for that. So if I can get that Cayman, that'll help a lot to score me 10 points if I get that placed right there. So that's kind of my goal right now. And I'd like to get some stuff from here. So I have 10. I'm going to spend for a 4 water token because they cost 9. And then we're going to save everything else. Actually, I'm going to use my ability. Spend. No, I can save it. It's fine. Okay, we're gonna hold that. Okay. We might actually be able to do some stuff on this turn. They're going to get rid of the Cayman, which is okay. They're going to remove this card, which is fine, and they're going to go up on this track. All right. So first things first, we're going to use our ability and spend this to go up on there. That's going to get us a tree. I'm going to place that tree here, which will score us more points for that guy. If we take this, this is 4 points. We take this, this is 8 points. If we take this, this is 4 points. So then I'm going to spend these 2 to take this hatchling. It's going to give us 2 points for each woodpecker we have. And then I'm going to spend this as a fruit. Spend the 6 fruit, because that counts as 1, and then 3 and 2, plus the 3 water for this Cayman. Place that Cayman here. We've made this shape, so we'll get 10 points for that at the end of the game. And then we'll draw our tokens for our last turn. All right. They're going to remove a toucan. They're going to remove the second card, and they're going to go up on this track. Okay, and this is our last go. So what can we do here? I think, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to use my ability to do anything because it's going to cost me 4 to go up on that track, and I can only go up, I only have 2. Can I afford an animal? I could get a tamarin, which would give us 1 point for each adjacent life next to it. So if I place it here, it would get us 1, 2, 3, 4 points. This will give us 5 points for putting it there. I could get another macaw, place it here, and that'll get us 7 points. So maybe that's the play. Yeah, that might be the play. So let's do that. We'll get that. We'll get this other macaw. Place that macaw here. No, I can't place it there. I lied. Okay, can't do that. If I have the Cayman, I can't really place the Cayman anywhere to get me any more points. I could go for the toucan. The toucan could get me a seed. I could place that toucan there. It'll get me a seed and a bag draw. But I have to trade. I can't do that either. I don't think I need to relocate anything. So I'm trying to think of what I can use my money for. I might be kind of out of luck. I mean, I could take a frog and place it here and get myself 3 points because it's not going to count because I would be making that shape, but it needs to have more frogs than flowers and only be 1 frog. So I don't think that's going to be useful. I think maybe a tamarin may be the option, the only play. So we're going to spend that for this tamarin, place him right there. That'll get us the most amount of points for that guy. I will spend this as a leaf and spend the 3 leaves and use my ability for 4 and go up on that track. Get another tree out. We'll place that tree right there. just because that ties us on that track, and then those points will net off. So we're going to end the game. That's it. So now we're going to score. So we score for every single one of the animal types. So for the woodpeckers, we're going to score, so each grouping of trees and woodpeckers scores based on the shape, and the woodpeckers have to be equal to or greater than the trees. So we have that shape there for 9, and then this shape here for 9, so it's going to get us 18 points. Oh, I actually have this is my last try. I got 107, so we'll see if we do better than that. The frogs, the tree frogs, we're going to score for the shape. We have the shape once, so we get 9 points for that. The tamarins are going to score, each tamarin scores 1 per adjacent placed life. So we have this tamarin here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so it gets 6 points. We get 4 points for each toucan, so that's straight up just 8 points. The macaw, we get each grouping made up of a macaw with plants, scores a set number of points, so it's going to be 5 tiles here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's 20 points. The caiman will score 10 points for that shape. So they make that kind of 5 shape. So it's going to be 10 points. The otter is going to score for each life on its habitat. Life excludes all otters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because the habitat's everything that's connected by the same terrain type. We score no jaguars. Our scenery cards, we are going to score 9 points because we have 8 of the flowers, and then we're going to score 8 points for those. It's going to be 16 total. We get 4 points for being on this track. We get 0 points here because we take away 10 points. We'd gain 10 points and take away 10 points. And then here we're going to gain 4 points because we'd gain 10 and lose 6. We have 0 seeds left. And we have the end game scoring token. That would be for multiplayer. We have that. We don't have that. So let's count up the victory points. My goal is to get 120. I don't think I did it because the numbers look very similar to the one that I just did. So let me pull up my calculator here. All right. So 18 plus 9 plus 6 plus 8 plus 20 plus 10 plus 10 plus 16 plus 4 plus 4. 105. Yeah, and I got 107 last time. So I mean, I guess I didn't technically lose. But it's a bronze medal. So here it is. We needed 90 for a bronze, 120 for a silver, and 160 for a gold. So I don't even know how I would even get that close. But yeah, that's going to be a playthrough of Life of the Amazonia. So there are the 9 scenarios here, and the AI card has a couple different things. So like there's some bonuses we get along the way, depending on what side we are on. There's also different animal sets. So there's A, B, C, D, and E. So each of these are double-sided with different scoring conditions, similar to Cascadia. Throughout everything here, and then there's these other scenarios have some additional kind of things. So like this one gave us those insect cards. Primeval Forest would give us the D set, the Otama card A, and then when scoring, 20 points are deducted for each type of base animal not placed in the jungle. So like you'd have to place at least one of everything not to lose points. Things like that. Very similar to Cascadia. It's like Cascadia, but a little more. It's a little thinkier. The mini expansion offers a few more animals. Some of these animals, as well as another set of scoring here. So these are the C set and D set from the original game, but then there is E and F, which E is all blank, so I wonder if you can just kind of do whatever you want. I'm not really sure. And then F is kind of a really simplistic, I think you call it family scoring. So it's a very simplistic scoring for that. So that's what those do, which I don't know why the E is what it is. The set is left blank for players who would like to create their own animal abilities. Consider each animal's cost and terrain conditions to creating your own. And then F is the family set, so it's for beginners. But yeah, comes with 8 more things. So that is going to be Life of the Amazonia. Let me know if you guys want to see some more of this. I'm right now 2 for 2 with Bad Comet. Wondrous Creatures in this. I looked at Wild Serengeti, but I don't think it's kind of what I'm digging. But I do have Shallow Seas on. I did kickstart that, so I should be getting that at some point. But yeah, I'm really digging these games. The production's really nice. I did get the upgraded things here, which are expensive, but I did opted for that because the cardboard's not that great. And it doesn't really all fit back in the box well. I have a separate container sitting out for all of the animals because it just doesn't really sit all that well in the box. So, anywho, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think. I'd be happy to do more scenarios. I really love scenario-based games like this, so it just really makes you think differently and try to approach challenges differently. So, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.